Hello. Today is March 10th, Monday. Uh, and this day 107, I believe. It was a very busy day today, I'll tell you what. So I actually got to talk to the store manager, the one that got in an accident today, because he came in because he had to, I guess, file a report for the incident for the company. He didn't get injured on the job, but he got what was it? Whenever you get injured, you gotta file a claim, like to show proof, you actually were injured and whatnot. I guess workers' comp. I don't know if that's the right term for it for what he did, but yeah. So he's I was gonna say he looks fine. No, so his right leg is, yeah, pretty bad. It was like toward his ACL, MCL. Like his leg is all screwed up. Like it looks fine. Like obviously doctors patched it up and everything, but yeah, it could have been it could have been definitely worse. But yeah, I mean, doctors, God bless the doctors, right? They fixed him up, patched him up, but was his like wrist is like broken, and then like his one of his fingers was like split in half. I'm like, oh my Lord, have mercy. Yeah, like he was on crutches, and yeah, I'm like, bro, and pretty much discussing with him sounds like it'd probably be a few months. So I was like, ooh, that sucks. 'Cause yeah, it's like, damn. I don't know how that works with the whole I don't know how that works with the whole like work stuff, because like being out for a few months, obviously they wouldn't let him go, right? But it's just like, because he lives on site, so it's like I don't know, it's a little bit different, right? In his case, it just sucks. Yeah, he's out for a few months. Like that site, definitely gonna need some need some help, because they had me posted at that site. I said post like a soldier. They had me at that site to help out with the site with them, but obviously him being gone, it's like, well, shoot, there's not really much I can do besides just day by day stuff, because there was some stuff we wanted to get like taken care of, but like it's in. So one of the things was like the garage door, because it's busted up. You can't lift it up without like two people opening it up. And it's like, okay, like that was gonna be something, look into getting a vendor there, but I don't know. Okay, like that was something to discuss about, but it was never taken in action. And then that was the moving all the chemicals room to the company unit. The thing is, the chemical box is in that golf cart room, and it's quite heavy, that box. So it's like, yeah, like definitely need two people like move it around or load it up. So okay, that's gonna be postponed for a couple months, and just like, it's just one of those things where, oh damn, look at that sun. But it's like, it's one of those things where we could have possibly got a lot of things done. Like we were wanting to work on the fence, install some door slides, doors. It's on the bottom, like the door. It's to help stop leaves and stuff coming in. It's like a door sweeper. That's what it was. We're looking to install like some door sweepers and everything. Like we had stuff to planning, and then now it's kind of just all like postponed for several months now. If they even still have me working at that site. I'm sure they're probably gonna have me here and there, but it's like a few months. And the thing is, it wasn't his fault. Because he was telling me, so it was a hit or run. He got hit on his motorcycle, but the person who hit him ran a red light. So yeah, I mean, his bike. From what he told me, his bike's total. So I was like, well, shoot. So I don't know. I want to say it's, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's very little. Even if like his leg is still not 100%, he can still work in the office. Just like, just have him be in the office and just have someone else like that will cover him. Like the days I don't know. Like if you wanted to, just figure something out, right? Is like have him work, of course, like when he's better, and then just have him go to just pretty much stay in the office while you have another manager walking the property, doing stuff outside, right? So you at least have someone manning the office. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, and then our DM, who we just hired like within in a month ago, she's leaving this Friday, like as in no longer our DM. Because from what was discussed, we had a meeting about it. Because I'm like, well, what's this meeting about? And I'm like, what? I was like, really? Yeah, it's due to personal reasons she's leaving. So it wasn't like the job supposedly, but it's like, okay, like you stay here for a month, and it's just like, yeah. I don't know, maybe she got a better opportunity or something came up. So it was like, okay, great. Because like the last DM we had prior to her was a really great guy. So it's like, okay. Granted though, the new DM, or I said temporary DM, we're getting like the current DM, like our district's pretty much being divided by the current DMs in like the other areas. And I believe the DM that's taking over like where I'm working at, he is like the GOAT. He's been there since I started working. He was a DTL/store manager, but he knows his stuff. His district is the best in our division, so he knows what he's doing. So it's like, okay, great. And then the other one, I mean, I'm sure the other DM's great too. It just he's newer too though, so track record, right? So yeah, just like I'm like, that sucks. Like we just had this change, and so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that site's gonna do. Is like, because for me, I mean, I've never dealt with that before. Like the store manager was injured. Like I being sick is one thing, but like being injured physically, it's different. It's like, okay, like you're still alive, like you're still employed, it's just like you're injured, like you can't go to work. It just I guess you'd say like inconvenient, I guess, almost, like, because they had me there helping him, and then that happened. It's like, okay, well, and since they already had me there, they might as well leave me there. Like, I mean, like the site's not bad, but I just don't want to be in charge of something that I don't have the title for it. But it is what it is. I mean, they're still having me travel around for a couple of days here and there. Just it's just one of those things where I mean, life happens, but it's like, okay. But I mean, I would imagine they'll probably have me there the next coming weeks here and there, but just very, very unfortunate. Like I can like when he told me like what happened to his leg, it was like, oh my god, that thing must have been spaghetti. Because I mean, I don't know what car. He didn't describe the car or vehicle, whatnot. But I mean, if you're on a motorcycle, it sounded like it was just gone. Yeah. So, but it's interesting. Like I told it, like I said, he didn't. He looked. If you ignore his arms, if you ignore his arms and his leg, like he looked fine. Right? Like it wasn't like he was scraped up on the face or anything. Like if you were just looking from head up, like he looked fine. Oh, I don't know. That's one of the things. Like I saw him. Like yeah, I mean, when I saw him, he was on crutches, but he didn't look like bad. He was like banged up, scraped up, everything. It was just the only thing I saw was on his leg. But then yeah, he showed me his like arms. And yeah, his arms pretty banged up too. But interesting day. And so today I talked to. There was a guy. His name was David. He's like a Vietnamese dude. So this guy's like, to kind of get backstory. So this guy, the first day I worked there, I found his unit. He had several units in this area that was unlocked. There wasn't a lock on them, so I opened them all up, and there was a car in there with a bunch of oil and all this other stuff that shouldn't be in there. Like you shouldn't be storing that. So I talked to the store manager later on. He wasn't there that day. I'm like, yeah, this guy can't be storing this stuff. And he was like, yeah, I've been dealing with this guy for a while. And I talked to the manager across the road. It's another side of ours. You know, once I mentioned like a description, she knew who it was. Okay, so these people knew who this guy was, but just never took action, like serious action with this guy. Just kind of let him be. And that's the issue, is like you don't address it, or you try to address it, but you're not putting your foot down. I mean, it's still going to happen, just like how it is right now. So it was one of those things where like the store manager was going to talk to him. Of course, he got in this accent, so that kind of just threw things out the window. So I was going to confront him, but he never showed up till way later. But his coworker showed up because he asked me if I can let him inside, because I saw him the other day. He asked me. I didn't know who he was. But I saw him. He was together. I later saw him. He was with that guy, David. So I told the guy, I'm like, hey, I need to talk to David. He's like, everything all right? Like, it's more like a serious talk. And you know, I eventually let him know like the whole thing. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll call him, let him know. But like his worker, he was cool, like really, really cool guy, you know. But it was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's like based on what you guys are doing, it's just not going to cut out, you know, because like these guys were working out the units. Funny thing about that, working out the units, right? Working out the units, leaving trash everywhere on the ground. Yeah, customers complaining about it, you know, complaining about them on the property. You know, they were storing oil, tires. It was just like it just was not going to work out with these guys, right? Especially David. And like his partner, I think he's like Nigerian. He said his father was like Nigerian, because he said he was in Nigeria. So I'm like, okay, he might be Nigerian, right? Really cool dude, like really, really easy to talk to and everything. I enjoyed talking to the guy. His name was Joe, and I was talking to him about all the stuff, and then he talked with David, and David later soon after called me, and I talked to David. But funny, like I was telling him, look, you know, all the issues we're having and everything, and he was arguing about the whole working out the unit part. Yeah, he said, yeah, the eyebrow raised. I'm like, this dude, like, he was being a little ignorant. He explained a little bit more into it, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, but like, yeah, we weren't working out the unit, like, because his I guess working out the unit was more like because his guy was organizing, moving stuff around. I'm like, no, that's fine. We clarify a little bit later on, but I'm like, no, that's fine. But I'm talking about like working, like you're working on these vehicles, like you're working out the unit, like whether outside the unit, in the you're still working on the unit, right? I'm like, you guys leave. And I brought the tire. Let's see, the thing is, the tire. So you can only have 4 tires in a unit max. Most people don't know about that. The reason why I know about that, because that was something I was taught very early on in my career, you know, with this company, because I had to deal with customers like this in the past. So I found out about them. I'm like, okay. So when I told him, he's like, no one ever told me. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll say, see inside of your unit and see how much stuff you have in there. What do you have? They're not gonna, confront you about it. Like, how are they supposed to know what's in there, right? I'm like, look, you had the first day I was here, you had all these units unlocked, so I seen what was inside of all of them. So, and then I was like, look, the store manager was going to talk to you, but he got injured. Obviously, he got injured. And I said, obviously, he didn't know. I told him he was injured. But I'm like, look, at this point, I'm going to give you the chance to, find. At this point, storing with us is not going to work out. Like, you got to find somewhere else to rent, because it's just not going to work out here. All right, and I'm not gonna play around. Just like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna be up front. Like, yeah, it's not gonna work out. Well, why would I be? Man, look at that glare. Look at that glare. But I was like, it's not gonna work out. So I'm just telling you up front. Look, just find somewhere else to rent, like a shop or something. And that dude, Joe, he said, oh, he can put it at my dad's dealership. Like, why wasn't that something that just got brought up? But I mean, then again, the guy didn't know, like, they were breaking the lease and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, but he was like, but yeah, I mean, we talked about back and forth. He was confronting, not confronting. He was like more like arguing about the whole, like, people like false accusing him and everything. It's like, look, man, it wasn't just that one. There's been multiple. Like, look, I'm addressing this because it's for a reason. I'm not just talking out my butt, right? He was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll need like a month. He said a month, then he said 2. I'm like, look, man, I'm only gonna be here so many times a day of the week of the month, and right now we got approval to restrict your hours and or not renew your lease. So as of this moment, like, if someone besides me were to show up and see that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, they can tell you right then and there, we're not renewing your lease, and that's it. That's out. So I stressed to him, Joe, like, look, stay on the low. Don't stop doing what you guys are doing, and find a place to be able to do what you can operate your business. It's just this location is not it anymore, right? Because he was like, well, no, I've been here so many years, deal with meeting managers, and for me, I personally will say they probably just turned a blind eye. Like, either they just weren't bothered to do it, or they did tell you, but you were just like ignorant of it, or you just say, yeah, I won't do that, and just keep doing it. Like, because one of his units, he's been there for 4 years, 5 years at this point. So I kind of feel like he thinks he got grandfathered in, but it's like, yeah, no, that's not how this works. Like, there are some things like you can get grandfathered in, but like working out the unit and leaving trash constantly every day out there, like, yeah, like for me, that's and that's the thing, like, all this wouldn't happen if they didn't have me work there at that site. Because I'm not gonna pull any BS. I'm gonna address that right away. Like, if you're gonna be having me work at the site, I'm gonna address all this BS right here now. Like, what do you mean I'm gonna have to, sweep up all this trash every day? Like, heck no. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Oh, the next few weeks. But yeah, I'll call it here till tomorrow. What am I going to title this video? Final warning. What kind of title is this? Final warning. A needed talk. Yeah, I guess a needed talk. A needed talk. Or a needed discussion. So, but yeah, till tomorrow. Take care. Till tomorrow. See ya.